Alright. Hello there, Ame Gakita. Alright, let's just say that today just gonna play a bit of ZZZ Zero Power. Even though when I say a bit, most of the time it's gonna end up being a long stream, so I'm not gonna say too much on that end, just so that I don't go and have that happening to me later on. But considering that today, I want to go and finish up on the event quest that I've kind of like one of them is permanent, but the other one is kind of not fully done along the line. So gonna at least make sure that for today I am gonna finish out on that end, and hopefully don't need to think too much about it. So yeah, for now. Because considering that there's also this one which I have not even touched on, so I'm gonna make sure that I'll be doing this later on. But at the very least, this one is need to be done if possible, and you know it's not gonna be a quick one or whatever one. I mean, like, if it can be done quickly, I'll make sure to finish it up along the line. So yeah, really need to finish up on this one. If not, I will be wondering why am I even gonna finish it out. やだなぁ。まあしょうがないんだけど。Okay, let's see. Nama. How you? What's up? Because things are getting interesting, made a special trip to find you. So my system want to hit the lab right now and see something interesting, and walk right into your trap. Why do you always say yourself like that? You are essential part of the chip project workforce. I never do anything to harm you. Don't worry, what you're about to see definitely won't disappoint you. See you in the bit. Okay. Freedom. Okay. Either way, we're getting out of this lab day. What's going? That's right, the mastermind behind the escape incident, the one who posted the party mission, the undercover agent hiding among you. It's me, the Bamboo J. I'm taking everyone and quitting the. Wait, what? Why are you going on a strike though? Because I never enjoyed working in the lab, not even once. That line sounds really familiar. We found when the party will happen and you fixed the worker. Now we are leaving the lab and we are not working anymore. Wait, what? Some people are destined for more than endless world freedom. Wait, what the heck is happening to them? Even if my data get wiped today and I end up strapped to the test branch, I will still switching the party over work. And I'm gonna end up getting my memory wiped and wait, what? Amid the loud racket, quietly blink and wear a carefree smile as she waits for the noise to subside.
もうなるのはおしまいなのだ。じゃあどっぷりサボった分、今日の作業に上乗せしとくからよろしくなのだ。
Is this what you were talking about?
これが面白いものだと？みんなを先導しているのはあのネイブじゃないか。どういう状況だ？
そこのスパイ、もといネイブから直接聞いたらいいのだ。わたるな、うなうなな。わたるな、うなな。
You think the G is also for Vita?
なるほど。パーティーというのはビクターのお別れ会だったのか。けれどそれなら君たちもノルムーと同じ思いだろ。彼女がチップの完成を急いでいるのだってビクターのためなんだ。
You really have an answer, don't you?
なら天才に助言を求めてみようか。ノルム、ストライキにも動じないところを見るともう何か考えがあるんだろ。
ああ、こら、ネタバラシが早いのだ。せっかくもうちょっと楽しもうと思ってたのに。そういうとこまでできないよ。
Wow, damn, she's still a brat even at that.
貴様らもちょびっとは考えたはずなのだ。チップに全集中しろと言うからにはきっとパーティーの方は何とかしてくれるんだなって
なんわな
即答してんじゃねえのだ。こともあろうに全然なんて理由を述べないと次第によっては貴様を侮辱罪と名誉毀損罪で訴えるのだ。うなうなわたるなうなうなな。
ノルム、本当なら擁護できないぞ。
失礼しちゃうのだ。ノルムの潔白を証明する証拠ならここにあれ、じゃあここは
And then she held a crumble retirement party. Hi. Okay. Ah. I invited to the. Oh.
ほら、捨てたりなんてしてないのだ。あの日バカどもをフォローから連れ出した後、ずっと大事にポッケにしまっといたのだ。貴様らがパーティーの日にちすら知らないのが謎だったけど、ベリナに言われて気づいたのだ。ビクターの定年日はノルムーの返事次第、つまりそういうことなのだと。だから貴様らはノルムーのそばにいられるスパイが必要だった。それが貴様なのだ、ネイブ。ガキンチョとものおバカに付き合うのは保護者の定めだからに決まってるのだ。パーティー一つのためにチップのことは忘れるわ。危ない場所にフラフラ行くわ。おまけに幸福のハードルが信じられないくらい低いのだ。
Wanna.
Never objected to everyone having a gathering.
ノルムーはみんながお別れ会を開くことに反対していたわけじゃない。いや、強いて言えばお別れ会をもっと前向きなものにしたかったというところかな。
やらしい。さすが天才の助手、完璧な通訳なのだ。さあさあ、ボンプどもにあれを見せてやるのだ。
A surprise. A stank, just like, oh my. It's really deep prepared. Damn, how did she manage to?
So それでノルムーに何か言うことがあるんじゃないのだ。
何よ。
ブロック、貴様ちょっと黙ってるのだ。
ノルムー先生が教え子に出した宿題の成果だね。なんだかんだ言って結局彼らに渡すつもりだったんじゃないか。
ちっシェルビーとグレイ2人だけのお手柄だと思ってるのだ。磁石を利用してスイッチ一つでブーアストラム中のキャップを集めてくれる優れもの。その名もキャップ推進艦長を発明したのは他でもないノルムーなの。これぞ頭脳プレイ。とにかくここにあるキャップは全部貴様らにあげるし、あとのことはベリナとノルムの生徒どもに任せておくのだ。そうそう、それでいいのだ。修復が終わったら早速ビクターを呼んでテストを始めるのだ。ビクターのデータは万一に備えてバックアップして、テストが終わったらすぐ復元するのだ。ちなみにノルムーのバックアッププランは全部で15パターンあるのだ。
That's a lot.
ノルムーの悲願であり使命なのだ。ボンプどももノルムーもう誰のこともがっかりさせないのだ。
ああ、なんといっても君はロスカリファが誇る偉大な天才、マルセルグループの首席技術者にしてベリナさんの頭痛の種、そしてこの名誉女子のパートナーだ。
なんか変なのが混ざってなかったのだ。まあ、おおむね貴様の言うとおり。
本当にこうなってよかった。ただ一つ気になるのは、ノルムーが招待状を捨ててパーティーに反対したという誤解はどこから来たんだ？
あの日？だってあの時貴様が…あれはわからず屋のベリナが悪いのだ。無理やりノルモンの研究室に乗り込んでビクターの話をしようとするから。
Talk about that timing. Choose to leave for new after retiring. You need to stop being selfish. Because he doesn't understand how terrifying it is to work everything and send out a complete unfamiliar world. Peter doesn't understand, but can you don't tell me you don't either. We had a deal. As long as I don't cause any trouble this work cycle, you agree to extend retirement a little longer. No, I never agreed those two things were connected, but if you like, I can start listing all the disasters you caused anyway. Experiment, not trouble. We already have an agreement. Just wait until I... Nothing. You know this, once the deadline is out, Victor will leave anyway. No matter what we do, that won't change because it's Victor's own decision. Snap her fan shut and fall silent. She gave Nervous a gentle pat before slipping away without word. Even more flat after bumping, crushed the invitation and crumpled his way over. I just ran into Miss. Was she talking about Victor retiring? So we wanted to. What? We think doesn't matter one bit. Okay? You think that enough to make me give up? You're seriously underestimating me. I'm actually here to send off. You're a dummy and I don't give a damn. Oh my, that's where the misunderstanding start. So you Kotoka. Remain completely lost in the world that completely cite the invitation. I decided starting today the volunteer in the and I 100% okay. Finishing up the trip. Help me get all the junk off. I need to sketch out a massive chip design. These have been tossed. Exactly. Everything found is from the old design. None of it can solve the problem anyway, so it's all just waste paper. Oh no, that's the invitation got tossed out. そういうこと。
気を取り直して。ビクターの定年日はもうベリナと約束した通りなのだ。だからこの偉大なテストが終わった暁にはみんなで最高のお別れパーティーを開くのだ。わな存分にワクワクするといいのだ。ベリナの金で電気パンとスッキリカプセルも山ほど買ったのだ。あとは風船とか飾って、そうそう、ビクターの友達一同名前をボトルキャップに刻むのだ。まあそれはやったらいいのだ。どうせならシェルビーとグレイも呼んで花火をドカンと打ち上げてやるのだ。きっと綺麗なのだ。
Well, the chip we're waiting to be touched and the curtain yet to come. Once we get it face up, we can kick off. Great, it's looking good. Now don't have to worry about the party anymore, so we'll let this quick. Let's do it together. Now I guess if I can do this, I should be able to recommend to use scapegoat or resort. Unequipped offers. Need to use is maybe one for the attack, one for these. I can plan. I need a shielder. Now I'll just put this instead. Nicely done. I assume H2 will be the same. Yep. At the very least, this should be easily done. Hopefully, yeah. Wow, Kili Kili done. Oh.残念。Still managed to get it somehow, nicely. Next stage. Other than my cut, want my attention. I can't think of anything else other than my cut for now. Whoa. Just barely passed through that. Next stage. Oh no, the damage though. did not get that. Now, I'm curious. This one was taken out fast. This one wasn't doing that much damage. Definitely need one of. Rust Corporator. Recommend to use Rush Tolerator. Do you mean? Have they actually? I'm kind of curious. Is it Rush? どういう意味？わかんないや。マジわかんないな。知りたいんだけど、でもなんかちょっとどういう意味かわかんないけど。That did not go accordingly. Maybe using this instead. Fun. Okay, somehow that worked. Now for this one, so しようかな。Right again. I need BV. Maybe using this one. Okay. At the very least, that is the carriage. Green. That one not easier yet, only gives 2,000. Okay, I guess need to finish up the others as well. And hi, hello there. Right now, just playing a video of the Legend Zero, hoping to finish it up along on all the minute event. Need to get this. Need to get all this thing. It is there a new season of the Coast Grease? And my little map is just running free. Okay, hard to express what he really means. If you are gonna lose a lot of friends. Congratulations of being gaming emperor car. Okay, let's fix it up. This one turn first, then this one like unlock that first. Then up the arrogant, repair the language module. Is back online, polite, well balanced, well mannered car. Okay, hi, wakarimashita. Okay, because of the language module glitch, I offended a lot of friends. They didn't invite me out of work anymore, so I can only leave my desk at the same time as them every time I already have planned. Now I can explain. Okay. Let's continue on the other two more. Pretending to be straight. We are all against Red Team in the next match. What a great draw. Wait, what? What make it a good draw? I'm a huge fan of Bamboo King chess. Could you help boost their compute power? Let's not start saying to them. So you're thinking about trying ZZZ Zero. It looked better than what you show on Steam. There are also quite a lot of cute game in the game, but it's actually more on in terms of like normal playing. I would definitely say there is good part, then there is also kind of like there is a few part that some people don't like it. But for me, if playing like casually and you're not thinking about the end game, then I think it's actually considered quite a nice game. And the story is actually very, very interesting and very nice. And in a way, it's like miHoYo are very, very like deep into the story, which I guess is a good selling point for them. But at the same time, it's actually more on how are they going to go with the story and will it lead to the actual so-called story, the path or all these things that the theory, the ending, the kind that we will definitely like it or not. Then I think it's actually considered fine though. But the combat wise, if it's kind of like just a casual one, I think it's actually fine. It's just a hard end game one that I kind of like just don't really give too much care in a sense to think whether I can do it or not. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, done. Oh yeah, auto battle is so far only in Hokkaido Star Rail, but Zenless Zero, there is a few auto battle where they kind of like just do everything. I'll showcase. It will be much easier if I just showcase it. So, oh okay, this one is all done. So for Zenless Zero, most of the people are wondering like, do they have like auto battle? Yes, if you do it one time, you can basically, if you have the mean to reset your battery and use do the battle on its own, you can technically do something like auto combat here. So for example, if you go to anything, you can, there is right here, you can see there is auto combat. Now that being said, it's actually also kind of like there is a little bit of restriction on that, and especially more like you need to convert your battery to that battery, and then you can do the auto combat. But most of the time, the auto combat itself isn't that hard. Most of the time when I do play the game, it's actually kind of like, if I, let's say for example, like if I say like, oh, I'm just playing casually, it's actually it's still kind of like have its own selling point, and it's I won't say like the best out of it as compared to many people how they think about it, but at least in my point of view is like, let's say for example, like I'm fighting this one not easy, I will just do. It kind of like, if you have the material and you can just convert it, and then you can just kind of like let auto battle. It's kind of like, but even so, like the battle is, the combat itself is actually not that long most of the time. Like for example, I'm doing this one. So it's kind of like you still have to do something like this to do the fight, but even though the fight is not that hard in a way, I'm just playing it like normally, quietly, casually, and it's still kind of like fun in its own way. But when you have to do the fight, it's like in such cases, it's actually not saying like it's easy, but it's also, I wouldn't say it's that hard in a way that it's gonna be like problematic in a way. So if like at the very least, how I look at it, it's like even most of the fight is actually kind of like fun in its own way, and it's actually something that you can just enjoy and not think too much. And you don't really need to use money to play this game. If unless you are doing something such as the shield defense, where even I myself don't really go for S rank, it's not gonna be easy. Like I see A rank is already kind of like problematic to get the S rank. I kind of like just, okay, I get a key, I kind of like done, and then I just live with it though. Like most people will try to get the S rank, but for me, I never really go for that. Like most of the time, getting the S rank will actually show, oh, your character are strong, all these things, but when you kind of like just get the main purpose of just what you need and just casually playing, it's actually considered, in my point of view, it's considered a good way to do that. I'm not going to go and say that, oh, I'm going to stress, I'm going to get the best score ever or complete all these things though. Yeah, I mean, like if you play deep enough, you can maybe become in that level, but for me, not really need to go to that level though. The top tier rank, if people got the mean to do so, by all means go ahead. I'm not gonna stop them. For me, I'm just playing casually. I just get the casual way. That's, even if it's just an A, to me it's a carriage. It's a carriage. At least that's how I look at it. The final product, I got 6 more. to upgrade. I think I actually wouldn't say like, because for me I played this game ever since it's launched. I would definitely say that the game have its fun part in some in a way. But the one thing I would have to at least highlight that for this game so far, I will have to at least say that I actually just enjoy playing it casually, not like in the most advanced way or trying to be, oh, I'm just going to be a pro, something along the line. It's not gonna help me in future, so that's how I look at it though. So the most important part on playing Zenless is just having fun. It's not about chasing meta, because the one thing is, right, the meta will always be very hard to catch up on. So most of the time when they release newer character and you like the character, just go for the new character. Most of the time the new character became the meta itself though. I think 1000 already though. Oh yeah, now I have to back up, so we already kicked off the experiment, add the record in history, gather the library and a laboratory. Let me see whether I can load the remaining 5. To upgrade every single one of them. Alright. Okay. 玩到有了。complete the mission, clear stage 70. Oh my, that is not going to be easy. At the very least, this one cream. Next phrase, I have no idea. This one, no idea. Quick here, just daily here. Auto. Done. I hope everything goes well. Okay. Anyway, to donate instead of doing joining. I don't really mind about anything else though. It's actually more like you can just join and have fun. Don't need to say like donate whatsoever though. I never really kind of force people to do that. It's actually most of the time the money people donate, I will just put it into my hospital bill. Don't need to worry on that. You might want to keep the money for yourself and use it for yourself. Don't need to worry. Wait, what? Eh?
これはビクターにとってノルムーたちの記憶がロスカリファのイメージと切り離せないほど強く結びついてしまっている。ノルムー、まずはビクターのデータを復元させましょう。でもあなたは十分よくやったわ、ノルムー。けれどまだテストの途中よ。ビクターにきちんと結果を伝えてあげましょう。
With the confused rays. Operate the instrument in silence before long awaken from his main breathing. After his main breathing. Damn.
慰めはいらないのだ。
Thank you very much.
成功には程遠いのだ。ベリナ、もう少しだ
I
け
just,
ビ
oh,
クターをここ
we
に
just
いさせて
joined
ほ
one.
しいのだ。
It's really kind of consider a good
す
thing
る
about
よ、もっ
it.
と完璧に。絶対完璧にするから。
I think it's because the YouTube kind of like looked twice.
分かっているでしょう。
なんだ
こんなの素晴らしくもなんともないのだ。ノルムはビクター
I wonder why. But yeah, only once. I think it's actually because the chat I'm using is actually loading to both of the YouTube shot and the shot at the same. The YouTube and the YouTube shot at the same time. That's why it kind of like looked twice, but it's actually once. That's why I was like, ちょっと待って。But it's only once. I just checked it, so you don't need to worry. Because it's just a chat on the end. But yeah, since you joined, you can use the emoji already on my end, on your end already. It's quite a. So far at the moment, there is 4 emoji that you can use. Cute little emoji. I helped design with a friend of mine. It's kind of like cute in a way that if you actually look at the emoji, you'll be able to see quite a few. For some of them are actually kind of cute in a way. Hola. Yeah, so one of them is the hi, one of them is a shout, one is like oh my, or the depending on how you're gonna judge it along the line. And the baguette is like kind of like a thing that I always tend to say in my live stream. Don't make me pong you on the head with a 3-meter baguette. And that's how the baguette comes. Once in future when I able to gain more viewers, then I will be able to add in more emoji. But for now, this 4 is already more than enough in a way because due to YouTube limitation.
知らない世界でもまだ君のような友達と出会えると信じられるのはビクターと君が過ごした日々があるからだろビクター。なんだ。
私もその通りだと思うわ。何もかも思い描いた通りではなかったとして、チップを作る全ての過程がそうだったかしら。あなたにもボンプにもここにいる全員に贈り物はあったはずだわ。
ウォナ
ノルムもただのついでなのだ。ノルムはみんなにもっとたくさんのものをあげられて時代そのものを変えちゃうような大発明がしたかったのに。
And I thought she's gonna invent the chip properly.
手の通り完璧じゃないし、家庭だってポンプどもと何のすれ違ったかわからないのだ。
So neither the outcome nor the progress really matter.
ならこの瞬間は結果も過程も重要じゃないんだ。こんな言葉だけで問題が解決するわけではないけれど、
Okay.
少なくともチップの完成は未来のノルムーに託された。ここで君が腐るか前を向くかで本当の結果は大きく左右されるだろうね。冤罪だった次世代型論理コアの導入に始まり、今回はチップのひな形を作り上げた。遠からずチップそのものも完成させるさ。僕たちにとってノルムーの発明は後悔と希望が織りなす明日への道なんだ。
ノルムーの発明がその通りなのだ。このチップはノルムーにしか作れないんだから、ここでノルムーが腐ってたら永
Esu is watching her with attention. Oh my. I watched noon yesterday as memory and today as well is will go down to eliminate. Oh my, this is actually very cute in the way.
ノルムは天才なのだ。それもただの天才じゃなくて、ポンプの友達がいっぱいいる天才なのだ。ポンプのことなら不可能はないのだ。
ええ、その通りね。さて、完璧なチップの完成を待つ間、完璧なパーティーを楽しんでも罰は当たらないわ。完璧じゃない日々をそれでも共に過ごせた記念に。そして私たちが望む通りの明日を迎えられることを祈って。
ならノルムは今猛烈にジャムパンが食べたいし、花火もどかどか打ち上げたいのだ。ベリナ、それがもっともっと欲しいのだ。
花火はダメよ。パンくらいはいいけれど、もう局のお金で電気パンとカプセルをと買ってしまってい
You
る
reached the end voice at the
今更よね。
晴れてたのだ。ベリナのケチ、天使。いいのだ。
I will only hope that they can understand on their logic and stuff. I have learned voice acting back in when I was living in Japan for 6 years. It's just that the way Japanese speak voice acting is when it comes to voice acting, all these things, they really respect it in a huge form. Not only just giving a life to a character, it's actually more on that you just need to think of it to make it something that people will end up enjoying it, and that was the main point when I learned about voice acting back then. Now that being said, it's also one of the things that nowadays on the English voice acting, they are also learning on that end. I wouldn't say some community, but I would definitely say that some part of the English community are now realizing that having a good voice is one thing. It's how you're gonna make it that you're gonna stay long, that people will enjoy and like it. And it's really one of the things that a lot of people need to understand is how are you going to make it that people will enjoy it though? The bad habit of inserting things that are not in the right thing. Yeah, this one I kind of like say this before in my own random chat in a lot of my videos. I actually highlight that it's fine if the line make it more interesting and more enjoyable in a sense, and it's in the same point of view. But the moment they start in some anime or whatsoever, start adding their propaganda or agenda or ideology, all these things, then that is when we need to draw a line and indicating like what were they thinking about. Because the thing is, right, a lot of time when I do watch a lot of anime, in the past I watched some English the English one. I was like, why is it the voice actors say the English line so weird or don't like non-logical? And in the past when I watched like Pokemon, all these things, it's like, oh, it's kind of like fun. But then as you grow up and you understand that the way they say the thing is like weird or don't know what the hell they're trying to say, it kind of like made me think like, wait, why is the anime kind of like confusing? And later on I kind of decided to say that, you know what, I'm going to listen to the Japanese version, and I realized that the Japanese one was way better. And I mean, like, sure, there is a lot of time when there is a lot of nice EN voice actor, but when you consider that there is a majority of the voice actor in the English department are all kind of like weird or always end up adding their agenda, propaganda or whatever thing. As you mentioned, like the Dragon Maid was the biggest scene you've ever seen. The one thing is, right, in past old anime like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or even Pokemon itself, they always end up saying a lot of weird line that doesn't make sense in the English one, but yet on the Japanese one or any other language, it sounds alright. The Japanese one is definitely the best one. So even for me, when I learned Japanese, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just stick to the Japanese one, and it became way better. But in another sense is that most of the time, not saying like the English voice actors are bad. There are still good people. There are still people who believe in that they are, if they can keep the mentality that's similar to Japan, I think at least they are on the right track. But on the other hand, I also can see that there is also kind of like something we need to be very careful on, and hope that they can do on that end too. Because back then before I became a VTuber, I did think about becoming a voice actor, but because of the situation when I seen back then, I realized that hey, if I want to be called, if people are going to generalize me as a voice actor and not saying that hey, I should listen to them, all these things, then I will be like hey, I might as well don't be a voice actor myself, so I became a VTuber. Bro, it's in the rise, bro. Yeah, the funny thing is, right, the translation in the English side it's kind of like it doesn't make sense, but it's kind of like most of the time I don't really like to use the word Western in a way, but most of the time it's just kind of like people just end up doing the weirdest mistranslation, all this thing, and it really kind of get me really curious, like what the hell were they thinking about? Like even when I learned voice acting back in Japan, I was like, wow, damn, how am I going to bring a life to a character and make it more interesting? At least that's how I learn, and it's actually considered the best thing ever. But on the other hand, it's also more about how do the Ian side remember that would be a problem in a way, because it's kind of like the one thing is the sculpture, the mindset, all these things can make a person have a different point of view, because in Japan to them they just say that hey, if they are being paid to do it, then they will do it. But the only issue on hand is, do the Western people or the EN side will do the same thing? Because to them is that they will have a different mentality or a business or all this thing. And for the EN, I believe there is a so-called a voice actor union that is so-called trying to make sure that everyone must listen to them somehow, some way, somewhat. Then it became a problem in a way that people always kind of like go with that logic, and it kind of like make people really curious. And also thank you very much. It just I have to at least highlight that my voice can be weird at times too for some people. Even when I'm the old man. Even if I speak like this, people will be questioning. And my color is going to sound the weirdest man ever. You have to understand, there was one time there was an Japanese anime director who go and say that my voice sounds like an old man a few years back. But yeah, but I said I kind of like that mindset kind of made me really weird think about it. Hey, I can do a little bit of voice acting in a way. Yeah, it's understandable though. The only issue on hand is that in translation, right, most of the time the joke only kind of like understandable in Japanese but not in English. And if they can't do that translation, it will be better if they come up with a better line that people can enjoy. But the only issue on hand is that when people start adding like agenda, propaganda, ideology, stupid thing into the anime or even games, then that is when I think that's the reason why that caused a lot of people to hate on the EN voice actor in a way, because of the translation. Because it's not really saying like voice actor are bad. It's actually more on when they start adding those kind of thing and thinking that it's alright. It's really kind of like bad the question, people thinking like, hey, what were they trying to prove at that point of time? So most of the time, even I myself tend to think that I mean, like, technically if we consider like there is a lot of great voice actor or well-known voice actor who are doing say, hey, sometimes adding a little bit of joke into the line and make it interesting is fine. But the only issue on hand is that if you add it in and people can't understand it, is if it's just a joke for yourself and you think that people will understand, will think that it's funny, then it's kind of like we have to understand is that not all joke, I always say this in my live stream at time, not all joke is understandable by everyone, and that's the problem. And that do end up in when it comes to animate voiceover, because it's kind of like not saying that if they can't add in their tune or this thing to make it, like for example, like let's say for example, this Gray saying maybe like saying like maybe seeing things go wrong. Okay, this little boy maybe seeing maybe seeing things go wrong is actually the kind of scene Professor Noma was hoping for. Like saying that tone, the right pronunciation, the right thing, and then people will be like, hey, that sounds so cute in a way. But then when you go and imagine that the some voice actor goes like, hey, maybe saying things go wrong is actually the thing that people, the scene professor they are hoping for. Then that kind of like sound weird in a way. So the one thing is, right, when it comes to voice acting, it's always more on like when I learned back in Japan is number one, who are we voicing and how we're gonna bring the character to life, and number two, how are we be like in that position, not in a position that the boy will be thinking like us, which the Ian voice actor most of like I will at least say this, 90% think the letters than the first step. Japanese is on the first step. Ian is on the mostly on the part where they think that, hey, how are they going to go about it? It's not the right way when it comes to voice acting. But on the other hand, I can also kind of understand when they use like, hey, a lot of top people, celebrity who do their voice acting, they also kind of like go that way. I mean, yeah, but there is only them being popular and they are using their name and voice for it, and they're just putting their ad into it, then I think that's okay, I can understand that. But voice acting is actually more on how, it's not about like giving your voice and acting on your voice, it's actually more on how are you going to bring the character to life and let people enjoy it at the end of the day. So the only issue on hand is that a lot of like I like in the past I wouldn't say I attack. It's more like I'm criticizing some of the voice actor for like the way they go about acting their voice ideology and saying things that doesn't make sense. But if some of them say the thing is that many people can accept, then I think that is a good point. But the only issue on hand is that people always end up saying this, saying that, and it became a problem in another way that it kind of got people really wonder like, what the hell are they trying to even prove at this point of time though? Yeah, that's the point. That's the reason why when I mean like when the translation kind of like doesn't end up in the way that people are hoping for, then I can understand like maybe a bit of like stuff add in or change, I can understand, but at least like link the gap in a way that people can understand. But the moment is like what actually got me actually pissed off was when they said the localizer, when they said that, oh, they are doing the right translation, because the thing is that they can't do the translation properly, and they say they don't, like there was even a case I seen people saying that, oh, they don't understand Japanese, and yet they can go and do the translation by adding their own line, and it's like it doesn't make sense. So yeah, it's just that personally to me, some voice actor on the English side, at least some of them are still worth saving, but I wouldn't say all of them. The only issue on hand is that because of the majority of them are causing a problem, that's the reason why a lot of people in the world hating on them, and they can't go about it. I'm not saying like they don't deserve to be saved, it's just that it's the same thing that happened when some of them do get cancer and other people take off their job, and so I know a lot of people go and attack the newer voice actor who was the replacement. But when you consider that the one who caused the problem was the previous one, then it became a problem. Like, why do we, like it will be like the one thing is like, imagine you are a boss and you hired many bad people to work for you and they don't do your work. What is the first thing you do? You fire them. It's the same thing. Now put that into the perspective of MiHoYo or into game or into that anime studio. Obviously they will do this. They will just say that, hey, if you are doing all the bad stuff, why would we want to hire you? Obviously they're going to get fired, or maybe they're going to use AI to replacement instead. So it kind of like get the sense in the way that if there is a better option, they will go for a better option because they don't want the option where people don't like it already though. That's why it's kind of like one of the things. That's the reason why when that incident happened, I kind of like say that, hey, I'm not gonna be a voice actor for the EN side, regardless of how people think though. Even when I was given a option, I was like、嫌だです。これはちょっと絶対やばいです。It's really not gonna be kind of like something that even I myself kind of don't want to get generalized with those group of people in a way, because when you consider like voice acting, a lot of people don't like them. I'm not saying like they are bad, but they are kind of like one or two good ones. But when you consider like most of them end up doing, and what make it even more funnier is that when some of them actually start throwing each other under the bus, that was like, wow, damn. I guess that is human nature kicking in the most ridiculous way then. Chat with everyone. I don't see anyone more. I guess I will speak with Noma-san. Let's get this started. Oh?
はしゃいでしまったようで。
最高の時間なのだ。でもやっぱりお別れは嫌で、チップも完璧じゃなくて、せめてこの時間は忘れないのだ。みんなから
素敵ね。
だからみんなの明日はノルムーが作るのだ。そしたらみんな過去を受け止めて明日に進めるのだ。バイバイビクタ
ー。Let's oh my god. If you're in love with Hunter Akira when you're a child, you have to understand one thing is that when people are watching Doraemon or Detective Corner, yet the funny thing is that when I was a young little kid,
名誉女子よ、素晴らしいパーティーだったのだ。考えに浸ってる暇はないのだ。早速おニューのチップ計画を始めるのだ。
the funny thing is, when I was a young little kid, like 3-4 years old, people read Doraemon, people read Detective Corner. The first manga I ever read in my life was actually City Hunter. And I don't understand a lot of the things, like when the MC SNE became like horny in a way, and was kind of like, I don't understand what was the joke, but I was like laughing at what the hell on all the funny thing when I was a kid, just understanding like, and then when I get older I was like, oh, so that's what it means. But yeah, Doraemon's Cardcaptor Sakura, Evangelion, there is Genie. There is a lot of like older anime that I can think out of. Even like for Cardcaptor Sakura, and then Inuyasha is also one of the oldest one. Inuyasha, and then even before Inuyasha was Half Ramen, which became popular recently due to the remake. But it was kind of like funny in the sense back then due to the anime as well. So there was kind of like a lot of things that happened in a way. You watched Evangelion when you're 18. I watched Evangelion when I was like 4 years old. and it was the year when it was released, and I was like, oh my, I gotta watch it. So you can understand that I'm a very old man. But yeah, there's a lot of like older anime that I can like back then it wasn't like a lot. There was even like even before Naruto, there was also some other ninja, like the ninja school of then there was also another one was the there was another ninja, I can't recall the full name, but it was kind of like related to ninja as well. So there's got a lot of ninja back in the days, because before isekai was a thing, a lot of Japanese anime was manga was actually based on the Japan culture and stuff, so they kind of like add in that. And Evangelion was kind of like, because they kind of like want to showcase that, hey, just because Gundam is the popular one, then maybe we should also make a robotic moment where Evangelion was actually kind of like similar to Gundam, but it's also kind of like skinny and move like crazy human along the line. And that was kind of like became popular in a way that got a lot of people saying that, hey, Evangelion is became so popular. And even when I studied anime and manga back in Japan, the studio that I did kind of like learn from the director and producer as well was also kind of like a temporary lesson from Gainet's studio, where they actually give us a lesson to talk about how they made Evangelion, how the anime production, all this work in a way that it's not really easy, but it's also kind of like something that, hey, anime is not an easy task in Japan, at least from how I learned though. Macross Plus, Macross Frontier, there's a lot of the one thing is like technically Gundam and the others kind of like they kind of bring forth the mechanic, and in a way is that like back then there wasn't like a lot of those scenario where they kind of spread that love, because the thing is it wasn't that much, because the thing is Gundam, regardless of how we think about it, right, it was kind of like the brought forward for robotic humanoid machine. But on the other hand, if you actually consider like some of the past machine, they kind of like didn't think about using robot at the time. They were using kind of like the Yamato, the battleship, as well as some other like aircraft or this thing, and it didn't work to get a lot of people attention. So when they create Gundam, it got a lot of attraction, a lot of attention, a lot of viewers. It got a lot of people thinking that, hey, maybe we should also create something similar. It's the reason why it was got in like Evangelion as well as some other anime that got that similarity. And even till now, I still recall last time when before Gainet's studio was shut down, I was able to ask the producer about how are they going to bring forth the Evangelion in a way, and they just say that if people like Evangelion and people like the machine, people will spend money or watch the anime or the movie because they just like it. The only issue on it is that that I was like, okay, then how are you guys going to make it popular, all these things? They just say, just keep on creating it and releasing it, and if they can release something that is newer or better or an improved version of it, they will also still go for it though. So it's kind of like their mindset is really kind of like in that way, and there is a lot of good point, but there is also some of the bad point as well, so it's kind of hard to know though. Yeah, the funny thing is, right, a lot of the series so far is kind of like hard to know on which one run well, especially more like if we actually consider like some of the artists who for manga artists, when they actually kind of like release the story, most of the time when they release the story, they have to think of like what is the way that people might end up liking it. And the only issue on hand is that the release of the Dog Hack, which actually kind of like brought forward the series sort of online. And when that got hit into an anime, it got a lot of people thinking that, hey, maybe a different world where it's kind of like a good theme. And in a way, it brought forward a situation of a fantasy world. But the only issue on it is that how that was kind of like also the starting point for isekai. So back then, when I asked some of the one of the anime director when I was studying, he just told me outright, if one team became popular, a lot of people will say that, hey, we will stick to it, and it will become a moment of a trend. It will be just not just a oh, it's an isekai story. It became a moment where people end up doing it and releasing it and making it a moment that everyone will copy paste, even in Japan. That's why, like, if you go and search, anyone go and search it out right now, isekai team in Japan is considered the majority people going for it though. Even when I write Japanese light novel back then for a publisher, they asked me, am I gonna write isekai story? And they say that they got 100 application, 99 of them is coming out with isekai, and the first thing I was like, can I be the one to say that I'm gonna write based on Japan? Because the thing is, like, you can tell me, you can use like the word, you can use but they want to say that, hey, they are releasing to the Japanese viewers, because they are kind of like a Japanese company. They want to release not to the overseas global mindset. Most of them within the company will always think about, hey, we're going to release to the Japanese viewers first. They don't say that, hey, we're going to release to overseas, to the global yet. And the overseas one is actually more on that when the anime get released, and then when people start liking it, that is when they think that, hey, they aim for the overseas. But most of the time, this is one of the reasons why when a lot of people ask me, why do I always like to watch newer manga or light novel before they are released as an anime, is because it's actually not on saying that, hey, watch anime or the latest one that just because they got released as an anime. It's actually most of the time a lot of the newer series that is not released as an anime, when I know they are good, I will not say that, hey, this will become the best anime. A lot of them end up becoming one of the best anime to watch even till now. Even like Rimuru, before it was released, I read on the light novel long before, and I was like, hey, if this released as an anime, it's going to be so blast that people will end up liking it. And look at it, Tensei Slime became one of the best isekai story till now that people enjoyed it. So I think it's actually more on that. I won't tell people say that, hey, just because I say that you guys could go and watch newer version, because the thing is, right, if there is some in short one that you guys can look into, just enjoying, that's the good part. It's just that as you mentioned, a lot of Western stuff, like back then I do read out on a lot of Western book. I mean, like if you have to consider, like, Harry Potter is also one of them. So the one thing is, right, there is a few good one, but nowadays I don't see that on the Western side anymore though. So I think it's actually more for if they can release not just for the Pacific audience or I have to say the modern audience, but it's actually more on releasing a part where people will understand and enjoy. That's the first step, at least on how to look at it though. Not adding in stuff or agenda or whatsoever. It's just kind of like some people really wonder why they always add those things though. How other food? Yeah, the funny thing is, right, if you actually consider like let's use Genshin Impact as the baseline. Like Genshin Impact, they kind of like use, how do I say this? Okay, Genshin Impact, they release each nation based on a specific place. So for example, like Montage is based on German, Inazuma based on Japan, Lilia based on China, but does that mean that they have to copy paste everything on the current era? No, they kind of like use the system, the idea, and add those things and put it into the game. But it doesn't mean that they have to copy paste everything that is in the current world and put it into the game. It's just using a bit of like the sculpture, the language, the stuff into and put it into the game, or maybe the fraction that or the design of the people that used to wear, and they change it up a bit and then add it into the game. I think that's also a good thing. It's the same thing is that if we actually use the same logic and put it into story writing, then there's a fair thing to go. It's not saying like, hey, you must be whatsoever. Like it's the same thing as like if people want to make a black girl wear things that is not most black people wear, then just say that you're going to create a world where those black people wear it as normal, and it's fine. It's your own story, it's your own stuff. Then as long as it's not a copy paste or you edit whatsoever, I think it's actually considered a fair thing to go. But the moment when people start adding agenda whatsoever and then make it like, oh, it's a thing, it's real or whatever, then that is when a huge big no. Even like one of my sensei, who is a Japanese artist, she actually asked me about why is it that some of the Western people always make her think that, hey, maybe her black skin characters should be all more black along the line, and I was like, they are just baka desu. They are just stupid people. So it's actually more on that. Even Japanese artists are also kind of like wondering like what are the people online trying to make the noise for, but most of the time it's just kind of like they can't think of that there are some Japanese people who can get suntan to the point that their skin became so damn black that people can mistake them as a are we going to say that, oh, they are still Japanese people but they are not black people, but they are just Japanese, they are just only sunburn along the line? Like I don't understand, like nowadays people don't even understand what is sunburn or suntan or whatever along the line, and just kind of like go with the logic that, oh, your skin is black, you must be black along the line. Well, it's like, oh my goodness. But I mean, it's kind of like the weirdest stuff that happening on nowadays, right? For us, we enjoy anime, we like it. That's fair, but I mean, like the number of people who are making all the weirder noise over the internet is kind of like me, especially more on the voice. Earlier when we were talking about the voice acting, right? Like imagine when they start adding their agenda about, we should since the character is black, you should not get a white people to voice it. Then if a lot of Japanese anime character are original Japanese character, then why are you guys getting a black character or get a white people to voice it? Shouldn't you guys get a Japanese person to voice the Japanese character, because you guys are not Japanese, what? Why you guys get do all these things? So I really kind of find it very funny that it's really kind of like made me really curious about what the hell were they trying to prove. Like the thing that when they start using the race thing or the color scheme or the LGBTQ thing, I mean like if you guys create an anime and manga based on that and go with that, let's see how many people are gonna watch it. If people like it, people like it. If people don't like it, then don't go and add it to other anime which don't have it in the first time place. But it's kind of like really got me really curious. Like, what the hell are they even thinking about though? Am I a good person? That depends on how you guys look at me. There are cases of people thinking of me as an evil person, but it's kind of like depend on them though. So I can't really say that. Because the one thing is that I'm not like a person who go and say that, oh, I'm a good person. Imagine if I say I'm a good person, you guys think that I'm the bad person. If I say a bad person, some people will think that am I a good person? I don't know. But yeah, those kind of like always end up adding their stupid thing, and it's actually considered a good thing that they are making the noise right now. Because one thing is I always say about that, trust is like a glass. If they like to break the glass and think that they can put it back and think that once they put the broken glass back together, it's going to be the same. No, a broken glass will be a broken glass. It will never be the same. How many gender are in the world? 2. And if you guys tell me that there is 3, I will just say that they want to be the third one. By all means, go ahead. I'm not going to stop them. But to me, there will only be two gender in this world. If the creator himself create one man and one woman, it will always be one man and one woman. That will always be the way to go. But I mean, like, it's kind of weird that there will always be people going with the logic of the end.
で、最後までボトルキャップと肩を並べる程度だったのだ。新エリートならそんなものは石ころみたいに落ちてるのに。なんだ、なんだ、なんだ、なんだ、なんだ。星？なんだ、なんだ。
You're welcome.
なんだ。空の光。つまりそれがノルマたちなのだ。なんだ。さよならはノルムはもう言ったのだ。なんだ。
Good luck.
どうか元気で、ビクター。素晴らしい旅になることを祈っているよ。なんだ。
そうそう、ノルムがウルトラスーパーデラックスなサプライズを用意してやったのだ。
就職の多さが逆に。
Have a nice day.
一体
Alright.
何を用意してくれたんだい？
背が伸びなくなるリスクを冒してまたしても夜なべしちゃったのだ。名誉女子に感謝してるのはノルムだけじゃないのだ。貴様は今やボンプどもにとっても注目の的というわけで特殊なマイクを作ってみたのだ。これでブーアストラム中のボンプに貴様の声を届けることができるのだ。ただし1回しか使えないから内容をよーく考えることをおすすめするのだ。
Every one chance make it a tough call.
嬉しいけれど、すぐには思いつかないな。一度使ったらなくなってしまうのか？二度目から有料とかでもなく？
それは難し
ノルムだっ
いですよな。
て無制限が良かったのだ。けどボンプへの全域放送なんてトラブルのもとってベリナがわがまま言うから、これは一回きりのテスト放送なのだ。
あらあら、わがままを言ってごめんなさい。お兄ちゃん、ボンプの街でボンプ全員にお話できるなんてすごいチャンスだよ。真剣に考えなくちゃ。
Yeah, the funny thing is, right, some voice actor, before it became popular, they do voice in hentai game because it was the start. It was kind of like, when you consider like, when you come to voice acting, is when you have to fight for the position, you always have to showcase that you can do things. And one of the things that a lot of people need to understand is that hentai game, because they don't really want to hire expensive voice actor, so they end up hiring amateur or the newer voice actor. And one of the things a lot of people need to understand that when that do happen, it actually considered number one, a learning experience for the voice actor, and number two, it also helped to build a so-called resume that that people in the anime studio or the director themselves, they can actually listen to say that, hey, how good is your voice? They don't need to say that, hey, you need to do the voice acting in front of me. They can just check out the game or whatsoever and listen how good is your voice acting in some lines. If they think that if you can do so well in a game, then they will say that, hey, they will hire you based on that. So but then when I learned voice acting in Japan, they did ask me about it, and I can't say too much on it because it's kind of like a secret. It's a secret history on my end, which I will never say out. But the one thing is that building up resume by voicing a lot of different things is really one of the way to how the Japanese build out their resume. And a lot of time when you see or hear, most of the time we say here, hear a voice that sounds like anime. It's actually more on that sometimes they may be actually a voice actor, or they are trying to train themselves to be a voice actor as in a way. So it really kind of like take a lot of time to do those kind of thing. And one of the things is that even like telemarketing, even one of the things that people don't like, some people end up doing it just so that they say that, hey, I can do the voice acting using, like, speak in the way like, hey, konnichiwa, nando deshouka? They will just speak in, like voice, and if people like it and people start calling them back a lot more, then it's kind of like they can use that as a learning experience and go about it. The only issue on it is that do the EN community voice actor do the same damn thing? No. I had to learn the hard way when I was living in Japan, and I was like, wow, damn, 日本人本当に怖いな。
いっそここはイアスにやらせてあげないか。ボンプに響く言葉を知っているのは同じボンプのはずだ。
パッと思いついたことでいいよ。緊張しなくていいからね、イアス。
You can pick up every, but overall, that one, the Japanese one is way more funny, at least from my point of view.
一つ派手にかましてみるのだ。
Like, you have to understand is that right now my voice, this is my usual voice, but you have to imagine, like, if I have to speak in the most serious voice ever, people will always tend to have a misunderstanding on what kind of voice will I be going about. Most of the time, if I speak in this way, people will always think that I'm maybe in the wrong position, or I am speaking in the most casual, polite form, or maybe some people may end up saying that I'm just a gentleman that is trying to speak in the weirdest way. I mean, it's kind of like all these things. Have I done one or two? But I can't say it out because of secret reason. It was kind of like a learning experience for me, because I was asked to do it at the time. Because it's just one of the weirdest voice ever. だってその時はその声聞いたらなんかちょっとやばいですよね。その時はどうすればいいのでしょうか。That's a bit enough said already. I will just say it was a game, but I cannot say too much anymore. Because the director, when I was, the funny thing was at the time I was like eating ramen at the shop, so when the director was like, hey, can I use your voice, and I was like, oh, okay, wakarimashita. That game won't be able to be fine that easily, I think. I'm hoping. That would be so wrong if out of nowhere suddenly they asked me to go back to Japan to go and do the voice acting for that. It's been like how many years ago? 3 years plus. It was during the COVID season on 2021. more fuck, 5年か. Like 5 years already, you know? Then how many? Then what happened to it anymore? Yeah, if you see it, definitely you definitely. It was released during the COVID season, but that was the only thing I know though. I never really played the game at the time. Because the director actually asked me like, hey, I just want to release a game, but I need a foreigner who have a weird voice, and I was like, hey, I need your voice, and I was like, oh, okay. So that was the only thing I know. Nah, I don't think you can easily that fine because I never put my name into it. So, but at the same time, it's kind of like I'm hoping that won't be the case. At the time, I was still also learning it. It's just that at the time the director asked, because I was eating ramen, and I was like, the funny thing was that I was eating ramen near the studio at the time, was like learning how to do the voice, and I don't even, but one thing is, right, I was like, okay, because the ramen shop don't have much people, so I was like, okay, looking at the line, speaking some of the line, and because of I know the ramen store owner in because I do eat at his store, so he knew that I was like training a little bit, so I was like speaking some of the words, and there was one time when a director out of nowhere appeared and said that, are you a voice see you this guy? I was like, yeah, I'm not this yo. I'm また勉強だから、the other person was like, 私のゲームはその声が欲しいんだけど、でもちょっと一回やりましょうか? And I was like, which is gonna mean that, hey, maybe you want to try out the voice in a way. And I was like, もし私の声 if my voice was alright, maybe you can do it. So I was like, I'm not doing it as a learning fun experience, but the only issue on that was that I need to say the most weirdest voice. Which is that one thing that makes people will know, but Peter has been going in that direction. At the time, I was also kind of like back in Japanese language as well, so I have to, it took quite a lot of time for me to get used to. Like, I have to, okay, how to, this line how to say this, that line how to say that. I don't know though. I mean, like, the director never even tell me what's the game about. So I had no idea. Because after that, I kind of like, it was kind of like, how do I say this? It was a 3-hour recording. And once I record every single thing, I kind of like just never go and step into what the hell was that game about though. So the only thing I know was that it was released as an indie game, and I'm not sure what game it was, but it was kind of like they just want to record a few lines and they got me to do it. But after that, they never asked me to do a retake or any further update on the game, or maybe like because the one thing is, right, they never tell me about it, because at the time I was like, okay, fine, I can do it, because I was like, okay, I was kind of like trying to see whether I can get a job in Japan. So when I started doing it at the time, I didn't think about, hey, what kind of game that I was going to voice. I was kind of like, I also didn't really kind of like, I kind of like made an agreement that I would not step into understand what's the game about at the time. So I didn't really think about it too much, but it was from what I do know, it was some sort of game that is only in Japan. I have no idea, was it a mobile game or was it a PC game? So I have totally no idea on that end though. Hentai game, I'm not sure. I mean, the one thing is that the voice line that I say all in one shot, okay, from what I do know, is that a lot of the thing I say is really very, very abide. There was another moment when they asked me to say like, can I speak in the most Yakuza style way, and I was like, Aki-sama, nani yatteるんですか? 私そんなことは本当にまだやりませんよ. Like those kind of like weird line, and a lot of time I don't even understand what is the line I'm trying to say. A lot. It's kind of I didn't understand most of Japanese. I kind of like speak in Japanese, but I don't really understand the script that was given to me. So I just kind of like speak according to what I was supposed to speak, and it was kind of like the director and the producer and the voice engine, the engineer was kind of like saying that, taking the note and asking me to do the voice acting of this thing, and because the way that I speak on was technically what they hoping for, so there was kind of like one or two retake for some part because they want to make it sound more ridiculous. Like for initially I was like, hey, you think you can like do this, and then oh no, they said, oh no, we want you to say in the most manly but yet also that ridiculous, you think you can do this, and it became that kind of like tune, and also like a little bit of like tuning a little bit, and the voice kind of like go about it, and it became a moment on that end. And I until now I still don't record it, but I was told that the character initially they did want to ask me to revoice it again afterwards, but after that when I asked them they never really call me again, so I have no idea what happened to it, and in a way though. I'm not sure about that. I mean like that director I don't think is that popular. It was just an indie game. I don't think it's more like on the huge popular game too. Because if that's the case, I would be seeing. Because if it did come out, I would definitely be seeing it, my name in there really. But I don't see my name in there, so I don't think it's that game. Because if it's, am I sure it's an indie? Yeah, it was. I was told by it was an indie though. They did tell me that it was an indie game. Because when they give the name, it was everything in Japanese, so I had no idea what was it. I was still learning Japanese, even like back then. Technically, like 4 or 5 years of learning Japanese, I still kind of still learning on Japanese though. So it's kind of like there was a lot of things. So definitely when I look it up, I was like, okay, I don't see it on the internet. It must be an indie game. A middle-aged guy. That was the only thing I know. I was told that it was a middle-aged guy who is trying to go around and say all the stupid thing ever. That was the only thing. I was like, okay, hi, wakarimashita. Oh, you think you can do this? Nope.
なんだ？
え？
外が騒がしいな。
なんだ？え？ Go outside. Head down. Oh, right here. What the hell happened to that? What the? Continue to explore, collect and upgrade Corrorator challenge 60 to 70. Okay. No, it's fine. What the heck happened to that? Shiritai no. I know I'll be carrying all that, but oh my god, it's all hard. Eh, マジかよ. The master level is already at 60. Oh man, I'm gonna claim that. Unfair. Fukong. Fukuheka. Oh, there's also got this one more to go. There's all these I still haven't done yet. Students are buzzing around. Oh, this is a new one. It is Genshin Impact. I don't think it's Genshin Impact though. You know, definitely I'll be wondering like, wait, if that is the case, I'll be questioning that on so many wrong ends. So. the result. Okay, Mr. Gumi. The result data from the combat simulator have been uploaded. Let me check the pass rate. Please take a look at this. If it was a VN, I was told it was a game, so I have no idea. But I don't think it's a VN. I mean, like, there is a possibility though. The director just come to me and just said that, hey, game in another code. I was told that like my voice was supposed to use on a game, so that was the only thing I know. Other than that, I don't even know. I mean, like, even during my live stream, some of my older viewers, when they asked, I said I learned about it, but I never really kind of said that I voiced in the game before. Though, I kind of like just say that, hey, I just kind of like did something similar, but I never really kind of say what was it though. Some of my older viewers, they never really asked me on that. It was kind of like, how I said it. It was kind of like I just take that as a learning experience. I never really like put it as a resume that, oh, I voiced in this game or whatever. I kind of like just say that, hey, I just kind of like use that as a learning experience though. So yeah, the funny thing is, right, I kind of like do the voice acting at that time was actually more on not really saying that, hey, I'm gonna bring life to the character alone itself only. I was actually trying to use that as a learning experience because I was kind of like learning on, because I was learning anime and manga, like the drawing part, and I kind of like also write out on, I even go and write on a light novel. But the one thing is, right, I was like, okay, because I learned anime manga, so I was like, okay, you know what, I'm going to learn voice acting. Because I was like, how questionable will it be? So it was not an easy learning experience, but I can definitely say that I used the voice acting for the game was kind of like a learning experience for me to understand on how the situation go about. And it was kind of like, I never really think about what game or the character, I just think of like, how am I going to bring life to the character? And that's don't care about it too much along the line. I mean, like, it would be funny if out of nowhere the game just kind of like became popular and out of nowhere I hear my voice again, I'll be like, what the hell? Let me sit down. I think the line was actually kind of like, ちょっと待って、私ちょっと座ってください。Kind of like something that was, but there was kind of like there was another line that kind of like made me laugh in a sense though. Just summer. ご飯食べてましたか? Hey you, have you eaten already? I was like, I have to speak in the weird, stronger voice, and now out of nowhere, have you eaten already? In the cutest voice. That was like, God, that was like, I have to retake it twice because of that. The director was like saying that, 最初には可愛いの声で、次は可愛いの声. I was like, initially I thought it was like, scary voice, and turned out that it was like, no, I have to speak in a scary voice, then in a cute voice, and I was like, what the heck? I don't think it's that popular that game though, because it would be kind of like funny if out of nowhere that became popular, I'll be like getting a lot of job as a Japanese voice actor instead. 0%. Oh my. I have no idea, because the thing is that when I do the voice over, it's like normally in some cases, right, when they do the voice acting, it's like it's not just only like one group of people voicing at the same place. For my case, it was actually more on that. I was in the voice acting room, just speaking the line accordingly with the right emotion, with the right all these things. I was just alone in the room, and across the room, with the glass over there, I can just basically see that the voice, the sound engineer, the director, and the producer, they were just kind of like staring and listening, and when there was something wrong, they would just say that, hey, I want this voice to be this and that along the line. So that was the only thing I know though. But I don't even know about that end though. It's just having I just at the end of the day, I just have fun voicing a little bit on for a character that I don't even know. Perfect timing.
ベリナさん、ちょうどいいところに。実はグーム先生が。
私たちの試験の結果を見た瞬間、ショートして倒れちゃったんです。ベリナさん、一体どうすれば。
Like top voice, pretty boys. I don't know. I mean, like the director just kind of on the way just come and tell me to do that voice. I was like, okay, wakarimashita. Well, I just kind of just go with it without realizing it. It was kind of like fun, just having fun for the 3 hours was kind of like fun for me, at least how I look at it.
確かに、あなたたちの成績が学会での彼の立場を脅かすことはないわね。けれど、教育界における彼の評判を地に落とすには十分よ。
Because at least in my point of view, is just having fun the 3 hours. And they just pay me a little bit for the 3 hours, and that was all.
私の知る限り、対エーテリアス VR 演習は
Especially when it happened during the COVID, it was kind of like a whole different story.
それだけ重要科目でありながら、試験の形式変更によって極端に合格率が下がるのは由々しき問題だわ。
I'm kind of curious though. Because now you're kind of like making me a bit curious. But definitely I think it's an indie game. Yeah, わかんないな。I was just the voice those weird line, and then I just kind of like just live with my life, and I can't even know what is the game title anymore. Oh, what is it when yeah, I can't recall the game or the title anyway. my god, because it was all kanji, so I can't recall the name. Yeah, I really need to start thinking. I'm gonna have to search it out later on.
みんなが試験の形式変更に戸惑うのも無理はないんじゃないかな。オンラインでのシミュレーションテストは何回も調整が必要なものだからね。
A history that I don't even think about wanting to record it for somehow some way someone, but yet somehow I have to remember. どうしてそのことはそんな声がどうすればいいのか。But yeah, I mean, like, you can definitely hear from my voice. We're kind of like in that direction, really.
残念だけれど、目の前にいる私は本物よ。そして試験の件についてはおおむね把握しているわ。VR を使用しての試験というアイデア自体は悪くなかったけれど、初めての試みだから子供たちが戸惑ったのは仕方がないこと。あなたが自分を責める必要はないの。
Why not try collecting some real data?
模擬演習の授業だからね。理論上のデータだけでモデルを作ったら多少の誤差が出てしまうのは普通のことだよ。経験豊富な人材を探して実際の戦闘データをもとに調整できればより正確な結果が出せるはずだ。
For silent.
なかなか面白いアイデアね。私も協力させてもらうわ。早速データ収集を始めましょう。テストモデルとして私がシステムに入って調整するわ。データの測定やサポートは店長さんにお任せするわね。店長さんと息の合った連携ができること楽しみにしているわ。
ああ、楽しみですよね。Let's give it a shot. Okay, what is
ただの
this?
お試しよ。そう緊張しないで。
The agent HP drop to 0 would be bad. Okay, so we just need to collect the item. Choose one of select. And I will go with I'll go for that first. Oh, now I'll go for oh, now I'm playing a shooting game now. Dun, 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 dun. Fuse 2 level 3 of the same grade into level 1, level 2, cup, Tin. I'll go for this one now. AoE. Oh my. Press space bar to parry. And restore your energy. Make good use of the mechanic. Oh my. Oh my, I already got the hit already. やだな。Oh my, there is a time charge. あ、やだ。やだやだやだやだやだやだやだやだやだやだやだ。We'll go for that first. Fuse to level 3 at 1 and 2. And the river and oh my holy goodness! Okay, that was kind of fun. That's how good I am. I still get hit a few rounds, but it non-stop. Okay. So story mode there is 6 rounds. Agent next. Ooh. Wait, ちょっと待って。
楽しみにしているわ。
これですよね。Then change to this one. Then I will go for this one. Let's go for that instead.
小さな罰で大きな戒めとしましょう。
やだ、I got hit.
悪い点はお仕置きが必要よ。
1 and 2. あ、やだ。ダメ、タイミング遅い。You go for that. やだ。ミスタータイミング。あ、やだ。Stop. 1, 2.
それじゃあ私がお手本を見せましょうか。小さな罰で大きな戒めとしましょう。
あ、やだ。The timing. Oh my, what's wrong? Let me fuse these two together. Get the S rank.
新しい装備かしら。
At least one S rank for the day now. I'm getting hit a lot, honestly. One and two. One and two again. Yana, the timing is not a lot. Two, three, four. Okay, four. Oh my. Dude. Hi, お疲れ様です。Test result positive. Debug progress notable. Module building progress significant boost. Thank you, and the gentlemen too. Even though we are all first timer with the system, your proficiency is way beyond my others. Unachieved things too. Damn. How can you be so damn bad to your own student, for goodness sake? Is it done already? The basic debugging is complete. Can I have one more imposition to ask of you? Will you mind hanging a little longer? Just a teeny, tiny step left. Don't sweat it. For someone with your hand on the screen, you're gonna be a breeze. Oh damn. I guess I was right on the lone tune then. Alright, let's do this. Is this not gonna be stopping? Magazine alert. The screen. Right now, it's kind of like maybe really curious about why is Miyabi also part of it though? Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! やべえじゃないかこれは。悪いのはお仕置きが必要。Wait, I can just stay here, and I'm still technically safe, in a way. Here, and that's my other important thing done. You already found a weak spot, huh? The current data module isn't versatile enough. Different user, different combat style. Using a single evaluation progress in a situation like this is bound to cause problems. To match everyone playstyle, we need more mechanic, more monster style, more testing environment, and also what else is needed? Someone who's sharp at calibrating and fine-tuning data. Kind Mister, will you be able to come help again tomorrow? After all, the official test can't wait, and the children are all pretty anxious. I don't think so. Of course, my students are so passionate about learning. If their test results don't come true, they will be losing sleep over it, racking up dust. Oh my god. What the hell have you been teaching the children, for goodness sake? I guess I could say yes. No problem, thanks for joining. Professor V. Yada! So this one is really like non-pause, technically just to claim this reward, which I just did, but on the other hand, it is really kind of like Nintendo Seiya. My god. I'm already right here anyway. Wait, how many days before this one get closed off? 26th day. 26th day 7.なんだっけ? Here's a party harvesting. Okay, claim that first. いつだっけ? Because I want to make sure that do I want to do it in one shot or do I have to do it in? Yeah, the reason why I need to look it out right now. There should be a calendar or something along the line to know the progress. And limited event upgrade. なんだっけ? Oh, is it under notice? Calendar. Oh, event calendar. Yes, over here. So 7. It's gonna be 4. See, 9 is on the. Oh, it's next. It's on Thursday. I mean, tomorrow is Genshin update, so I want to make sure that I don't play myself too much for the game. Okay, I guess I can keep. I can go with that. At the very least, it doesn't mean that I need to do this in one shot today. If technically, I was also thinking of like maybe other map that I can look through along the line. Because considering that there is also quite a lot of stuff in the game that actually kind of like make it. The fighting is not gonna be easy, but at the very least, it's gonna be just fun, for the fun of it. Let me change out the team. Investigation squad.
背中は任せていい。
Let's go with this.
賢明な選択だった。
This.
僕と内緒話したいの？
Let's go with this.
どこ行く？今日学校でターゲット勝利する。
時だわ。
Let me see. Yeah, there is a lot of things here that I need to collect. And also, that there is quite a lot of chests around here that I want to collect as well. So. This one is. not going out or down. Open SS. Oh, I cannot go there. And I can't go there. Okay.
あら、せっかくのお茶会。
ちょっと待って。I thought I was able to access to that. なんで？いや。Did I not break it just now? Yeah, I thought I broke it just now. What will that win through? No they don't. Usually go PP live machine today. No they don't. No, well, this will let you win and sometimes make those little beatings out. Hoping this is my brain trade after too many hours on the... yeah, you definitely going to see what the fuck I'm gonna say. Oh my, I was going to avoid me! I read the other. Disappeared too. Above? Taken out. How the hell you come to here? I disappeared to don't know where. Okay, where's the monster now? Oh, behind. Oh, that was taken out. Nice. Now I can go up. Then take one that chance, be done with it. Any path here? No. Okay, now the problem is how I'm gonna go downwards now. Maybe just teleport instead. Here I don't see anything, so I just need to teleport here. Masuku desu ne. Oh, wrong. I don't need to use Python to do this, so we should help. Lost corridor, which I assume that I need to go up here. Yadana! Don't jump scare me, you're gonna say. Okay, the abandoned factory. That is.
失礼するわ。風の方向を聞いて。
Still haven't. One does I still haven't downloaded it. What the heck? Okay, at the very least, now I can visit more here. Last time, unable to. Why is it that it's okay? Namaika, let me go there first. Okay, now I don't think I need to use that unless I have no idea what else. Okay, I was wondering. Installation, okay. Any bamboo help? Right here on the island, as you can see, got lost and got in the trap. A little bit unlucky. Okay, let's get you out of here first. And now I know there's a camera nearby, and I just thought use it really. So 그렇죠. Before that, there was a monster there. I'm gonna say that I never noticed it just now. Okay, that will be later. Oh my.
すり仰天そこが捕まった頭気がとだら終わった
Can't really wipe up. They are being acting weird. The moment you said it was all planned out, and I thought it was some sort of trap you set up. Don't have the talent beside what kind of trap need me to throw myself in as a bait. You might be something. I think I remember this one TV in the days. Capable of similar tree. Would steroid will hunt human as prey. Now not the time to think about those. You should be getting out of here for goodness sake. Yeah, you need to like seriously get out of here for safety reason, for goodness sake. Let's see. Needs to be here. Now, what kind of monster am I?
終わらせる時だ平気よすぐ静かになるわはっ
Am I? Good thing the burst was able to take them all out. また何がありますかこれ。Hijack. Okay. What was that sound? It has to be here somewhere. Okay. Okay, done nicely. A 2-hashi. Then collect them. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, 9. I thought there would be some more over there. Or maybe here. Dude. Maika. I do not like it when they show a weird... What the hell was that? Look good. I wonder... What's the purpose at this point of time there? I want to go downwards, but どうやって地下に行こうかな? Maybe it has to be somewhere going downward. I have no idea. There has to be something that lead downwards, but definitely not the path here, because if it lead to another place, that's not where I want to go. I go out of here? No, I can't.
Nonsense.
To oppose daily operation.マジわかんないな。It to post up pose. Don't seem like that's where I want to go. どうかな。
Nonsense.
Nothing here. マジわかんないな。何もだ。I seriously have no idea. What would be the thread that leads out there? Backtrack to the start. And work my way back? I mean, the only way I can think out of is that there is a thread that lead here based on this part, but I seriously have no idea what is the thread that can lead us back here though. Unless... It's kind of like confusing in so many ways. Though. ちょっと待って。 Yeah, my dad just got home. There has to be some sort of like moment where I have to climb a path that lead me to down here, because it has indication of a path here, but it's kind of confusing on the path though. Maybe come back here to see. わかんないんだけど。Whether if I just look through it, I reverse back. Maybe here. Going down. Okay. Found it. It really was in reverse. Alright, thank you. Wow, I'm trying to press the run, but yeah, it's, when she's doing that skill, the way she walks is like. What the? This game don't have the jump option, so I need that one, but I also need to unlock the terminal. Yeah, that's what finally is like. If she can do that, it's not gonna be easy. The funny thing is, right, she is kind of like being tied out and in the bondage stuff herself. It's kind of like. Today, I am going to do it, okay, from afar, just in case. Because I don't want to anyway become a monster that I have to fight against. And I'm gonna assume they have to find one more, I guess. Has to be one more then. Okay. One here. Another one was here already, which I just did. じゃあ次はどこ Suddenly my mom called to tell me to run an errand really, but let me see whether I can understand what I need to do now. This one, oh, this one I can do this. Unlock. ZZZ still can't do jumping, so no, it's just basically running backwards. Get the chest here. And now opening that one will open out Nani. There's a cage here that I can. There has to be a. Oh, it's just opening up that. Before that, queue out and then jump back in here. Okay, where this me is leading me to hidden area. Oh. Yeah?
近くにボンブがいるのか。
誰か全部。
お前私が取りここまで。
ちょっと待って。
新しい任務はないのか。
Nonsense.
マスター、目標装置の位置をマークしました。
それじゃあ行こう。
Nonsense.
殲滅。
我が永遠に不滅。